it's Sally here at Mako with a Glaze profile video for SW-252 Blue Opal. Blue Opal is a medium blue, glossy, semi-transparent, semi-fluid glaze. Stick around for a full introduction. Checking out the label here, we have a picture of a tile made of white stoneware fired flat at cone 6. We see that it is lead-free and can be fired anywhere between cone 5 and 10 with varying results, and we're gonna discuss those results in a minute. Over here, we have some health and safety information. We see that it is dinnerware safe. This means that the fired surface is food safe, but also free of surface texture that could potentially trap bacteria, and that it's chemically durable. This means that it won't get scratched up by cutlery, but it also won't be softened when it comes into contact with an acid. So think coffee, orange juice, tomato sauce, those sorts of things. It has a CL icon, which means that it's safe under normal conditions, but does contain sufficient quantities of materials that, if ingested, could cause harm. So in the name of caution, we don't promote products with the CL icon to kids 12 and under, or to any curious artist looking to give it a taste. On the back, we can find more specifics about this. It says that this product contains soluble copper, which is irritating to the GI tract if swallowed. So please don't. If you have any questions about toxicology or dinnerware suitability, you are not alone. These are common and important questions, and you can check out the Mako website for further clarification. Just from the homepage, click on the Resources tab on the top right-hand side, then click on Dinnerware and Food Safety for info to help you make informed decisions when it comes to choosing glazes for dishware. Much of this falls under common sense and practicality, but it is a good conversation for functional potters to be having. Below Dinnerware and Food Safety, there's also a link for Health and Safety for an overarching breakdown of our toxicological information. Here we can find the lot number for this batch of Blue Opal. All of our products are marked with a lot number, and this is important when reaching out to Mako technical support. Don't hesitate to reach out if you don't have it, but this number lets us investigate the specific batch. So on the back, there's some information about the glaze that will be covered in this video, so I'm gonna crack it open for an application demo. A good shake first. You know the drill. I'm going to be using a number 4 soft fan brush, of course. The soft fan is the standard for stoneware because it's built to hold lots of product and lay down full, even coverage. Glazing is different from painting because we're not trying to cover a surface, we're building up layers of material. So I load the brush by giving a good stir and scraping the sides just to make sure that all of the bristles are nice and saturated. And then once it's nice and plump, I'm going to lay it on this tile here like I'm icing a cake. All right, so this brush is nice and loaded. For the most even coverage, you can be quite slow and precise, but you could also move quickly so it's just spread out and doesn't have time to build up in streaks as it dries. Your first coat should dry quickly, but if it dries instantly, it's too thin. And if your coat dries evenly, it was applied evenly. Transparent and semi-transparent glazes are more prone to showing streakiness, so this is something to be mindful of when using Blue Opal. You can avoid streakiness with the size of the brush that you're using. Here we have our 2 other sizes of fan brushes. This is the 2 and this is the 8. And here's how the 4 looks in comparison, this cute little fan brush family. It's important to always reach for the largest brush that's appropriate for the surface that you're covering. A wide, smooth brush stroke helps avoid blotchy inconsistency. So this is a small space here, so I'm comfortable with the number 4. And pay attention to the feel of the brush. If it feels like it's dragging or you hear a scraping sound, your brush is too dry. It should just be a nice glide. The drag or scrape means you're actually scraping the glaze off the bisque or dragging it around instead of laying it down. A streaky look can also be the result of not waiting for the glaze to fully dry between coats. You can tell it's fully dry when it loses its shine here. So this looks like it's ready to go, so I'm gonna go in with a second coat. It's formulated to be semi-transparent at 2 to 3 coats, which makes it ideal for showing off texture or the characteristics of your clay body. 2 to 3 coats will dress up detailed design work without completely obscuring it, but it's ready and able to build opacity with heavier application or additional coats. It's semi-fluid, so you don't have to stress about it running off your piece, but you can expect it to add mobility to glaze combinations and on its own relax a bit with heavier application, variegating where it's thick or pooling. So let's check that out at cone 6. We see that it is semi-transparent at 2 to 3 coats, but more opacity and variegation where it's thick or pooling. Variegation is just a fancy word for varying color. The glaze develops various shades of blue, giving depth. You may be able to see it better with the solid 3-coat look on the back. It's especially prominent on flatter surfaces where there's room to pool. Now we get a lot of questions about the differences between cone 5 and cone 6, and the differences fluctuate between glazes, but with Blue Opal, the difference is slight and dependent upon application. Lighter coverage doesn't really have a difference, but with fuller coverage, you can see that at cone 5, we lose that variegation and we're left with a less dynamic color, which may be what you're looking for. Now with 3 coats at cone 10 reduction, the pooling lightens and goes almost matte. In a heavy reduction, it is possible to achieve some red modeling, and with flux on top, it looks quite electric. So the way this was done was 2 coats of Blue Opal, and then 2 coats of light flux here, and 2 coats of dark flux here, just at the very top, and it was fired vertically. So we see this beautiful flow here. Now our cone 6 flux results look like this. This was done the same way, 2 coats of Blue Opal, and then 2 coats of light flux on top, 2 coats of dark flux on top. Flip it over and we see the inverse of that combination. So we're starting with 2 coats of light flux and 2 coats of dark flux, and then covering it with 2 coats of Blue Opal. Blue Opal plays so nicely with flux, it would be a fabulous cover glaze. Blue Opal is in the Opal Performance grouping alongside White Opal, Pink Opal, Green Opal, and Gray Opal. They do share base chemistry, so if you've been charmed by the results of a glaze combination involving another member of the Opal family, you can give it a shot with Blue Opal and expect similar results in blue. Here we have Blue Opal under Oyster, under Olive Float, under Aurora Green. Fans of the Green Opal Aurora Green combo will be pleased to know that it works out just as well with blue. And we have Lemon Meringue. All of these and many, many more can be seen online. If you haven't checked out the Glaze combination tool on the Mako website, I enthusiastically recommend it. New pictures added each month, it's great. On alternative clay bodies, this glaze really excels. Here we have light speckle, tan speckle, and dark. We do advocate a 10-minute hold when firing alternative clay. This is what we do here. And this is to avoid surface issues like blisters or pits caused by outgassing. The oxides and organic materials found in darker speckle clays produce increased amounts of gas when fired, and this gas bubbles through the molten glaze, which interacts with the chemistry and can leave blisters and pesky little exit holes on the way out. Firing with the hold gives the glaze more time to heal itself. I'm gonna go in with my third and final coat here. That's all the information I've got for you today. Please leave any questions or feedback in the comments. We love hearing from you. We want you to be successful in your ceramic endeavors, and we want to make the kind of content that you'd like to see. Thanks for sticking around. Post your Blue Opal pictures on the Facebook page, and as always, make it Mako.